Hello everybody, my name is Stars and welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video and what I'm aiming for here is to create some content showing all of you what I've learned while braving the quiet apocalypse. I also want to refine my knowledge, so if I get anything wrong in this video, feel free to let me know. And with that out of the way, let's get right into what this video is going to be about. This is going to be the start of what may turn into a series about how to make the most extra room in your pack during expeditions out of your local safe house and out into the frigid wilderness of Great Bear Island. So let's hop into part 1 of A Roomy Pack. I'm sure everyone who has played The Long Dark for a good amount of time has had a moment where you're getting ready to head out somewhere to bring back supplies or maybe head out to go hunting, and you want to make sure you have the most possible room to haul what you find back to your safe house. During that process, you've probably experienced the following scenario. Well, I need to have food for the trip, so I'll keep a couple things with me. I have some extra peaches I can bring, and I'll bring one piece of cooked venison too. That should be enough to get me through the trip. While that is enough food to probably get you through the trip, it certainly is not the most efficient food to bring with you, because for this video, we're going to be assuming that the entire point is to try and pack light. So I'm going to help tell you what food you find across Great Bear is the absolute best for travel using a super unique concept that we like to call a tier list. I'll be covering items that are in the Tales from the Far Territory expansion in this video, but this still should be applicable to people even without the DLC. Before we can start though, we need to define our tiers. So they'll be defined as follows. S. If you have several of these items, it's all you need. You shouldn't eat these items unless you are traveling, so you can have them saved for your expeditions. These will be items that surpass 3,500 calories per kilogram of weight. A. Really good value of calories per kilo and an optimal choice. If you can't find any S tiers, use these. 3,000 to 3,500 calories per kilo. B. Not fantastic, but also not terrible. If you can't find anything better, then you don't need to feel too horrible about taking these with you. This will be 2,000 to 2,999 calories per kilo. C tier. Not good. These items should generally be left at your safe house for backup reserves. 1,000 to 1,999 calories per kilo. D. Not for travel. The only reason these foods should ever leave your safe house is if you have absolutely no other food options for the trip. These will be things that are from 500 to 999 calories per kilo. And finally, F tier. Are you starving? Eat some before you leave, but don't take it with you, because you'll be better off eating whatever you find during your journey. This is anything underneath the 500 calories per kilo mark. So, starting off with the stinky bottoms of the barrel here, in our F tier. And stinky it sure is, because our F tier contains each and every type of cooked fish. And that's it. The fish in the Long Dark are great for keeping at your safe house, but they are not great for travel. Starting at the bottom, we have cooked coho salmon, then cooked burbo, followed by cooked rainbow trout, cooked lake whitefish, cooked goldeye, cooked smallmouth bass, cooked rockfish, and finally, cooked Irish lord. Each with the following calories per kilogram. But before we move on, it is important to note that each of these get more valuable the higher your survivor's cooking skill is, along with some other foods on this list. Foods that have been cooked, like all the game meats and fish, get more valuable as your survivor's cooking skill increases, making them possibly shift around in the tier list. So, at cooking level 5, these fish have these new values of calories per kilogram. As you can see, this does push smallmouth bass, rockfish, and Irish lord above 500 calories per kilo, so at this point you could consider them to be D tier rather than F tier. But hey, speaking of D tier, let's move over there, where we have all of the cooked game meat, along with canned pineapples slotted in right there, and pinnacle peaches and canned corn topping off the tier. Since we have more cooked meat in here, we need to take into account their cooking level 5 values as well. I will show these values to you now. These new values do shake up this tier quite a bit, pushing venison, wolf, cougar, bear, and wolf meat up to C tier. Let's all send our condolences to Rabbit and Ptarmigan, who have been abandoned by their fleshy friends. With that, we do have all of our cooking skill affected foods out of the way, so we can kick this into overdrive. C. Pickles, tomato soup, canned ham, dog food, carrot, and peanut butter. B. Airline food vegetarian, pork and beans, airline food chicken, chocolate bar, dried apples, and maple syrup. And we're going to slow it down, because here are the foods that you're really going to want to remember. The A tier foods. Starting it off with condensed milk, cattail stalks, sardines, ketchup chips, granola bars, acorns, cereal, beef jerky, and MRE. These are especially good because cattail stalks and acorns are very common throughout Great Bear and can be collected in mass in areas with coastlines or bodies of water. Due to this abundance, this cattail stalks and acorns will remain a very reliable source of travel food throughout your survivor's entire life, basically. That is all in our A tier, but before we do move on to our S tiers, I want to give out one honorable mention to sodas. Each soda in the game has a calorie-kilo ratio of 1,000, which isn't too much, but each one fills up your hydration by approximately 33%. Because of this, you can leave behind approximately 0.22 liters of water for every soda you grab, which will help you make more room in your pack. So while a soda really isn't a must for travel, if you have a lot of them, they are definitely a nice grab for your long journey, as it does give your liquid intake a bit of calorie value as well. Anyways, time to reveal the best food you can find in the game for travel. Food that you should absolutely be saving to use for your trips because of how good they are. This holy trifecta starts off with cured meat, coming in at 3,600 calories per kilo. Next, the energy bar, coming in at 5,000 calories per kilo, 1,500 more in the highest A tier. And last, but certainly not least, salty crackers. These puppies are the best food in the game, coming in at 6,000 calories per kilo. That is 2,500 calories per kilo better than the highest A tier. When you're beginning off your games, you'll be finding plenty of salty crackers and energy bars. You should be saving them so that when you go out on expeditions, hunting trips, you name it, you have weight-efficient food to take with you. And if you get into the late game where you no longer have that luxury, you can start making use of the new meat curing box from the Tales from the Far Territory expansion to get you cured meat, which is by far the best late game food in all of Great Bear. And with that, we're done. Not going to sugarcoat it too much, should be a very quick video. You now know what food to take with you on your longest journeys and what food to keep at your safe house for the coziest of nights. Next I see you, we'll be talking about how to decide what tools and equipment need to go with you on your journeys and what is just going to be dead weight. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If I missed anything in this video, please let me know down in the comments. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Good luck, survivors, and I will see you next time.